discussion would be for this day, our discussion would be about polar moment of inertia and also the radius of gyration. Ano? So, kasunod lang siya ng ating moment of inertia or second moment of area. So, if we talk about second moment of area, so the higher the second moment of area with an axis, so that's an indication that it has a greater resistance to bending. While if we talk about polar moment of inertia and radius of gyration, it has different application when designing a structure or structural member. So, for this day, ayun yung magiging topic natin. So, mabilis lang naman to. So, I'll be having two examples and then yung isang example, so I'll be allowing you to solve it on your own para man ma-practice kayo. And ayan. So for this or for last week so we've already discussed yung ating mga moment of inertia. Ayan. So as you can see here, medyo malabo ata tong figure but I don't know. Ayan. So meron naman kayong figure so here we had the polar moment of inertia given. But later we will be discussing ano ba or paano ba siya kinukuha, ano ba yung nire-resist niya. So we have here the right triangle. Ayan, so I've already discussed it last week. So I hope na naaral niyo na siya or nasulo niyo na siya since it is not given on the major exam. Ayan. So you have to memorize yung moment of inertia on the centroid or on the centroidal axis and the outlying axis or yung ating external axis na tinatawag. Ayan. So for this day, yung topic natin is about ayan. So radius of gyration muna tayo. So if we talk about radius of gyration, it is an imaginary distance from an axis of rotation to a point where the object's mass or cross-sectional area can be considered concentrated to have the same moment of inertia. So as you can see here, so for example, meron tayong isang length na ganito. Ayan. Lang. So meron tayong section na ganito. Ayan. And then, at the span ng ating beam, ayan, we have here these supports. So we have a pin and a roller. So sa radius of gyration, or yung tinutukoy natin na K, is ang sabi dyan, it is the imaginary distance from the axis of rotation to which the mass or yung cross-sectional area natin have the same moment of inertia. For example, we have an applied force here, ayan, and then we will be considering this section, and then may nakuha tayo dito ay, or ito yung ating x, and then meron tayong nakuha on solve na ay x. So, if we solve for the radius of gyration, gamit yung cross-sectional area, so mostly yung isa-solve natin is radius of gyration. This is one is radius, So, radius of gyration using the cross-sectional area. Since itong rotating body, this is mostly when you use mass, so this is mostly for the mechanical engineers. But for us, civil engineers, so we will be talking more of cross-sectional area ng ating mga steel sections, beam sections, column sections. So, after solving Ix, so we have to solve for Kx or K. So, si K daw is square root ng I over A. So, this K is our radius of gyration. Yan. So, to solve for the radius of gyration, so ang sabi, it is I over A. So, ibig sabihin, if we have an Ix here, therefore, this must be Kx, But, if we are talking about the y-axis, so, ang formula niya is Iy over A. Ayan. So, ang ibig sabihin lang naman ng K is that at from the x-axis, so we have the radius. Yan. So, kunyari, ito yung K natin. Yung kx. This kx is the distance for which we could consider that the moment of inertia from the distance kx from the x-axis is equivalent. So, kumbaga, the reaction or resistance ng ating section from the x-axis using the radius of gyration at x, kx, is equal. So, that is the main definition of radius of gyration. On the other hand, so, ayan, so meron ako ditong nilagay on the uses ng ating radius of gyration. So, structural engineering, ayan, but specifically, it refers to buckling or slenderness ratio. So, the more the slender yung ating section, or um, kung mas yung ratio natin, slenderness ratio is malaki, so ibig sabihin, malaki din yung ating um, radius of gyration, meaning it is not appropriate to use some sections for which it has a higher slenderness ratio. Okay? Kasi pag slender, ibig sabihin, isip niya slender man. So, slender man, mataas siya. Ayan. So, for example, we have here the column. Ayan. So, masyado siyang mataas. And then, yung section niya is kaganto lang. And then, on the other hand, meron tayo ditong column. Ayan, fix siya. And then, we have a larger section. So, as you can see, this one has higher or this one is slender. More slender siya compared dito. Bakit? Kasi ito, mas mahaba siya. And then, dito naman sa kabila, mas maliit siya. So, this one is shorter, this one is longer. And then, on the other hand, the area of this section is smaller compared sa area ng section na to. Ayan, so, this one is larger. Ayan. So, as you can see, the lower yung ating slenderness ratio, the better. Okay? So, we must consider that on the design. So, that's how we use, or that's how we need to apply, or we need to know ano ba yung radius of gyration ng ating section. Okay? So, next topic that we will be discussing today is the polar moment of inertia. So, unlike dun sa ating moment of inertia or second moment of area, so sa second moment of area is just Ix and Iy, or Ix prime or Iy prime. But polar moment of inertia is the summation of Ix and Iy, or Ix prime and Ixy. So ano naman yung nire-resist ni polar moment of inertia? If we have the moment of inertia, sulat ko dito. So if we have moment of inertia, and then we have the polar
Send ko na to kay Crystal. Si Crystal ang gagawa ng
moment of inertia. So again, ano yung nire-resist ni moment of inertia? So ask ulit, So si Princess Lavinia. So ano ang nire-resist ng moment of inertia? If nakikinig last week, So ano yung nire-resist ni moment of inertia? Nakinig ba? Si Nikailaan. Nakinig ka ba last week? So wala nakikinig last week. Kaya wala napasa, ganun? Sige, take nyo na lang, bahala ka sa buhay nyo. So, si moment of inertia, it resists bending. Unlike polar moment of inertia, it resists torsion. Ayan. So, kakatamad magturo pag ganito, So, ano ba yung tinutukoy natin na torsion? Ayan. So, for example, we have here a circular section. Ayan. And then, we have here this length. And then, meron tayong in-apply na moment dito. Ayan. So, paikot siya. So, ang tendency is that, so, better siguro if we will be having a rectangular section as an example. Ayan. So, this one is our rectangular section. Meron tayo nilagay dito or nilagay or in-apply na torsion. Ayan. So, moment. Torsional force. So, ang tendency ng shape natin is that it would create deformation on this. So, ito ko nilang kulay. Ayan. So, nakikita nyo ba yung torsion na tinutukoy ko? O masyadong mahina yung imagination? Ayan, So, if we have this, wala kasi sinasagot. Okay, miss. So, yan, So, yan yung tinatawag na torsion. So, it is the rotation of the shape or yung cross-sectional area natin on the X and Y axis. If we have the torsion, so we need to resist it using a higher polar moment of inertia, for which ang ibig sabihin pala, so we have the moment of inertia resisting, bending at an axis, But if we are talking about two axis, or yung torsion natin, so we will be using a higher polar moment of inertia to resist that torsion. So, intindi ba yun? Naintindihan nyo ba? So, yun. So, yun yung difference ng radius of gyration, polar moment of inertia, and moment of inertia or second moment of inertia. So, you need to master kung paano kunin yung moment of inertia kasi kapag mali na yung pagkuha nyo ng moment of inertia, meaning mali na din yung polar moment of inertia nyo in case napakuhanin. So, in that case, wala kayong magiging score. Ayan. So that you need to focus more on moment of inertia. And then after getting the concept of moment of inertia, therefore it is easier for you to define or to find the value of polar moment of inertia and also the radius of gyration in case na pinapahanap sa inyo sa problem. So for our example 1, so it is a rectangular 3-inch by 6-inch. So wala siyang figure but I'll be having here the figure. Drawing ko na lang siya. Ayan, So ang sabi, we have a 3-inch by 6-inch na rectangle. So in case naman na sa problem, so for the major exams quizzes, so I'll be giving some figures para hindi malito kung alin ba yung base and height doon. So we have here problem, so 3-inch by 6-inch, and then ang pinapahanap sa atin is polar moment of inertia and radius of gyration with respect to the polar axis through one corner. So, ibig sabihin, so let's draw the figure, So, meron daw tayo dito. Ayan. So, meron daw tayo ditong rectangle. Ayan. And then, we have a 6-inch base. And then, we have a height of 3 inch. Ayan. And then, ang sabi, yung atin daw axis must be on the one corner. So, let's have these two corners. So, ito lang gamitin ko. Ayan. So, this one is the y-axis and then this one is the x-axis. So, ano yung first step natin when finding the polar moment of inertia and the radius of elevation? So, first thing first is that we need to find Ix and Iy, of course. So, if we are finding the Ix and Iy, therefore, kunyari, sa uli nyo na, so we have Ix is equivalent to BH cube over 12. Tama ba? Or BH cube over 3. Ayan. So, si BH cube over 12 pala is yung sa centroidal natin, Ayan. So, kung maaalala nyo, So, if we look here, so nasan ba yan? Ayan. So, rectangle, we have x prime. Ito yung tinutukoy dito, Or ito yung hinahanap natin sa problem, si x prime and y prime. And ang given sa atin is x and y. So, we have here the y and the x-axis. Meaning, we need to transfer this using the transfer formula ng ating moment of inertia. But last week, we've already solved it. So, it is, sabi natin, Ix prime is equivalent to 1/3 BH cube and Iy prime is equivalent to 1/3 B cube H. So, naalala nyo ba yun? Kung paano yung transfer? So, that is the centroidal moment of inertia plus area d squared. Okay? So, if nakalimutan nyo na, so try to review kasi may ganyan sa exam. Ayan. But let's try to transfer it. So, for example, ayan, so ito na lang yung gawin natin, y prime. And ito yung x prime. So, ang sabi natin kanina, we have the given. May given tayo. So, ito yung ating y and x. Such that yung distance na to is half ng h, which is 1.5 inch. And then dito naman, so this one is base over 2. So 3 inch. Ayan. So you can transfer it, so we could use, so prove natin that Ix prime is equivalent to 1/3 BH cube. And Iy prime is equivalent to 1/3 B cube H. And so if we have it here, so let's try to use yung given kanina sa table natin. So Ix is equivalent to 1/12 BH cube and Iy is equivalent to 1/12 B cube H. Ayan, So let's try to use that. Let's try to use the transfer formula. So we have I is equivalent to Ix or Iy. So this one is the prime. I prime na lang, plus AD squared. So we have Ix prime is equivalent to 1/12 BH cube plus yung area ng rectangle natin which is BH times yung D natin. So yung distance ng x-axis kay x prime is h over 2. And so square. Therefore, this one is 1/12 BH cube plus 1/4 BH cube. Then solving for this one, ano, so this one is 1/3, ano, 1/3 pH cube. Ayan.
Tama ba?
So tama naman, ano. So na-prove natin that Ix prime is equivalent to this value, ano. And then same approach with Iy, ano. So Iy prime is equivalent to 1/12 b cube h, ano, plus bh or yung area natin times base over 2 square. So same approach, ano. So mag-iba lang is yung ating naka-cube. So the answer is also 1/3 bh cube. So this is our answer, ano. Or na-prove natin that the Ix prime and Iy prime is equivalent to 1/3 b cube h and bh cube, ano. So, sala pala to. Now let's try to solve for inertia, no? So we have here the Ix, ano. Sabi natin Ix prime is equivalent to bh cube over 3. And so we have here 6 inch times 3 inch cube over 3. So the answer is 54 inch cube or inch raised to 4, ano. And then we have the Iy prime. So p cube h over 3. So this one is 3 or 6 cube times 3 over 3. So this one is equivalent to 216 inch cube or inch raised to 4. But ang pinapahanap sa atin is polar moment of inertia. Ano? So meaning, ayan. So if we have it here, ano, so yung pinapahanap sa atin is polar moment of inertia. Ang sabi sa polar moment of inertia, Jz o yung ating moment of inertia on the axis is just the summation ng ating x and y moment of inertia on the same axis. Meaning for Gz, ano, so Gz is equivalent to Ix prime plus Iy prime. So we have 54 inch raised to 4 plus 216 inch raised to 4. Meaning Gz natin, yung polar moment of inertia natin on the corner is equivalent to 270 inch raised to 4. So that is our answer for the polar moment of inertia on the one corner. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kahit sa corner kayo mag moment of inertia, so same yung sagot. Ano? So since yung tinatanong sa atin is polar moment of inertia on the axis. Same with the radius of gyration. Ano? So ang tinatanong is radius of gyration with respect to the polar axis through one corner. So ibig sabihin for GZ or KZ, ano? So this one is equivalent to, ayan, so it is equivalent to summation ng Kx plus Ky. So both prime, ano, or simply square root ng, ano ba yung formula natin for K? So K is equivalent to square root ng I over A. Meaning for Kx prime, it is equivalent to square root ng Ix prime over A. And for Ky prime, so this is equivalent to Ixy or Iy prime over A. Meaning, this one is equivalent to square root ng Ix prime plus Iy prime over A. Or simply, square root ng Jz over A. So therefore, for Kz, so it is equivalent to square root ng 270 inch raised to 4 over area natin. Ano ba yung area natin? So this is base times height lang. Ano? So it is 6 inch by 3 inch. So if we solve for KZ, ano? So ang magiging sagot is 3.873 inch. So this would be our answer for example number 1. Ano? So madali lang ba? May question ba kayo? Madali lang ba? Madali lang ano. As long as you know the formula for the centroidal moment of inertia and how to transfer it on an axis. So it is way easier kasi papag-plus-plusin. So KZ is the moment of or the radius of gyration with respect to the polar axis. So if we talk about the polar axis, so that is the intersection. Ano, so here, so radius of gyration with respect to polar axis kasi hindi naman sinabi na radius of gyration with respect to x-axis or y-axis. So if we talk about polar axis, meaning you will be using the polar moment of inertia. So in case that hinanap sa inyo is radius of gyration, ano ba yan? Radius of gyration on, ayan, so x-axis, kunyari, so dapat ang gamitin nyo is square root ng ix over a. But if we talk about y-axis, so ang tinutukoy dito is square root ng iy over a. But if we talk about polar axis, ayan, meaning it is the square root ng ix plus iy over a, or simply square root ng ating j over a. Ayan. So that's how you analyze the problem. So okay na ba dun? Sige. So ayan. So proceed na tayo sa next. So next sample problem is also simple, but ayan, may butas na siya sa gitna. So let's try to draw first yung kanyang figure. Ayan, so saglit lang. So ang sabi dito, we have a hollow square cross-section consists of 8 by 8 inch square from which concentrically, so ibig sabihin at the center of the 8 by 8 square, meron daw tayong punch or butas na 4 inch by 4 inch. Then we are need to find the polar moment of inertia and polar radius of gyration. So meaning polar, we will be using I or GZ ulit, with respect to the z-axis passing through one of the outside corners. Ayan. So kumbaga this one is ina-analyze natin siya on 3D basis. So kumbaga yung tinutukoy ditong z-axis is this one. Ayan. So kumbaga this is a whole or 3D figure. Ayan. So we will be having a corner for which nag-a-act dun yung ating z-axis. Gets ba? Mas malinaw ba yon? So for example, on this problem, so ang sabi sa atin is that we need to find the polar moment of inertia and polar radius of gyration with respect to the z-axis passing through one of the outside corners. So for example, we have here an 8 by 8 inch. Yan, so 8 by 8 inch paralet. Saglit lang. So balik tayo sa problem. So we have here 8 by 8. So, assume na lang na perfect square siya. No? Ayan, ano. And then, ang sabi, we have an 8 by 8 inch and then meron tayong 4 by 4 inch sa gitna. Ayan. So, lagay na lang tayo ng ibang kulay. Ito na lang. So, concentrically, meaning, yung centroid nito is equivalent sa centroid ng isa. For example, this is, mali pala, this is the y-axis. Yan, so ito yung centroidal axis ng ating gig square, ano, which is 8 by 8 by 8 inch, ano. And then concentrically daw, so ibig sabihin yung centroid ng ating big square is also the centroid of our hole. Ano, so draw natin siya. So we will be having a smaller hole here or smaller square. Ayan. So yan, ano. So this one is 2 inch. 2 inch. Ay, 4 inch pala, ano. 4 inch. Gawin ko na lang buo. Ano. Ayan. Ayan. Ayan yung figure natin, ano. And then, ang sabi sa atin, we have to determine the moment of inertia or polar moment of inertia and the polar radius of gyration at the z-axis passing through one of the corner. Meaning, yung ating x and y axis, ayan. So, ito yung ating y prime, ano. And then, ito yung ating x prime. Ayan. And then, ang sabi, we have the z-axis. So, gawin nating 3D figure. So, this is our z-axis. Ayan. So, kumbaga, itong section na to, ayan, section na to, is, i-consider natin siya as 3D figure. So, mag-extend siya all throughout that side. Ano? Para ma-consider natin or ma-visualize natin yung ating z-axis. Okay? So, kaya nagkaroon tayo dito ng z-axis. Okay? Ayan. So, naintindihan ba yon? Ayan. So, you will be considering an extension para magkaroon tayo ng z-axis. Ayan. So, either of the sides or either of the corners you can consider. Parehas lang yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So, first thing is that we need to determine Ix and Iy. Okay? So, consider muna natin, since may hole, so mag-table tayo or mag-tabulation tayo. Ayan. So, let's try to use tabulation. So, consider natin yung ating big square as number 1 and then si small square naman yung hole yung number 2. So, for area, so, for example, figure 1. Figure 1 is the bigger one, shape Y. Ano ba magandang ipangalan? Figure ba? So, we have shape na lang, So, shape. So, we have 1, which is the big one, and then 2, which is the whole. And now, we have to determine the area in inch square. Ayan. So, yung area ng big natin is 8 by 8, which is 64 inch square. And then, for smaller, or yung ating hole, so that is 4 by 4, which is negative 16 inch square. So, bakit negative? Since it is a hole, So, dapat isubtract natin yung area niya. Okay? And now, tama ba? Ayan, ano? And now, let's consider the centroidal moment of inertia. So, centroidal moment of inertia for Ix and for Iy. And later, we will be transferring it. Okay? So, if we consider Ix, so ano ba yung formula ng Ix natin? So, Ix is centroidal. So, it is 1 over 12 BH cube. And then for Iy, so it is 1 over 12 B cube H. Okay. May question ba? Guys, may question? Joyce, may question ba ko, Joyce? Pamute na lang pag walang question. Yan, halatang walang tao, yan. Siguro napindot lang, ayan. So we have Ix and Iy, so we have here the formula for Ix and Iy, so let's try to solve yung Ix muna, So Ix ni put all these bigger circle, so if we use the formula, so that is 1 over 12 times base niya, which is 8 times 8 raised to 3, since 8 din yung height niya. So meaning this one is 1024 over 3, or simply 341.333, so continuous siya. Yan. And then for kanyang Iy, ayan, so same lang din siya, since base and height is similar or equal. So we will be having 341.333 continuous. Ayan. And now, let's consider the whole. Ayan. If you consider the whole, so that is negative. So we have negative 1 over 12 BH cube. So negative 1 over 12 times 4 times 4 raised to 3. So this one is negative 21.3333. And then this one is negative 21.3333. Yan. So now, let's determine ano ba yung dx and dy natin. So we have dy and then we have dx. So si dy is in inch square. Si dy muna tayo, Si dy in inch. So meaning, from the centroidal moment of inertia natin or yung x natin, ano yung distance niya dun sa kukunan natin ng moment of inertia, which is the x prime. So we need to determine this. So this one is our dy and then this one is our dx. Ayan. So si dy natin is just half nung ating 8. So which is 4 inch. Pag tinignan niyo yung figure. And then for shape 2, so similar lang naman siya, nagpapastro siya. So this one is 4 inch also. And then same with dx, so this one is 4 inch and 4 inch. So now, I'll be giving you time, to solve for ADXY or ADY square and ADX square. So, kayo naman yung mag-solve. Then, I'll be trying to ask some of you mamaya if same naman yung nakuha nating values. Hello, ayan. So, na-compute nyo na ba?
Alright.
Na-compute nyo na ba? Ayan. So, ano yung value ng ating ADY square for shape 1? Anong value? So, that is 10 to 4 ba?
Up.
Tama ba? So, 10 to 4, ano? So, 10 to 4 inch raised to 4. And then, similar with ADX. Ayan. So, ADX square. So, same lang naman siya, ano? So, that is also 10 to 4. And then, for the shape 2, so, since negative yung area or whole siya, so, that must be negative. So, negative 16 times 4 square. So, that is negative 256 for both ADY square and ADX square. Ayan. Now, let's try to get the summation. Ayan. So, summation. Ano ba yung formula natin for Ix prime or yung transferred moment natin of inertia? So, it is the summation ng Ix plus ADY square. So, similar with Iy prime. So, it is equivalent to summation ng Iy square plus ADX square. So, meaning we need to sum this for columns. So for this one is equivalent to 320. This one is also equivalent to 320. And then for this one, so 10 to 4 minus 256. So that would be 768. Now, so we will be using this formula, so summation down ni Ix, so that's 320 plus summation ng ADY square. So that is 768. So this is equivalent to 1088 inch raised to 4. So same approach with Iy square. So that is also so 320 and then yung ating ADX square. So plus 760. So this one is equivalent to 1000 or 1088 inch raised to 4. So after this, so we can now get the value of the moment polar moment of inertia on the z-axis. So if you talk about that, so that is Gz is equivalent to Ix prime plus Iy prime. So it is just the summation. So this is 1088 inch raised to 4 plus 1088 inch raised to 4. So if you solve for this, so this is equivalent to 2,176 inch raised to 4. So this would be one of our answers. Ayun. So this is our G. Now, pinapahanap pa sa atin is the value of dipolar radius of gyration. So, ibig sabihin, we are talking about Kz. Ayan. So, it is equivalent to square root ng Gz over A. Or simply, or pag in-expand natin, so it is summation ng Ix prime over A plus Iy prime over A. Ayan. Now, we have the value of A here. So, yung summation ng area natin, we have 64 minus 16, which is 48 inch squared. Ayan. So, now, we could compute for the value of radius of gyration. So, it is equivalent to 2176 inch raised to 4 over 48 inch square. So now the value of our Kz is equivalent to 6.733 inch. So this is the value of our Kz. please take note of the unit analysis. So if we have here inch raised to 4, then meron tayong inch squared, therefore inch squared na lang yung matitira. Therefore, square root ng inch squared natin must be inch. So meaning yung value ng ating radius of gyration must be in unit length. Okay? So ayun lang, So ganun mag-solve ng polar radius or radius of gyration and moment of inertia. May questions ba kayo? May questions ba? Yes, Gary.
Sir, same lang po ba ang lalabas doon kapag, halimbawa po, pinaghiwalay po muna yung sa first figure tsaka yung second figure. Like, po, kinuha po muna yung JZ at KZ ng malaking square. Tapos, kinuha din po yung JZ at KZ ng maliit na square bago po siya pinag-subtract. Same lang po ba lalabas doon?
As long as yung small square is naka-negative, so I think parehas yung lalabas na JC. But for the value of KZ, so it would not be the same. Kasi yung square na maliit, so since it is a whole, so negative yung magiging value niya. So, ibig sabihin, kapag kumuha ka ng square root ng negative value, therefore, you will be having an imaginary number as the value of KC. So, probably, better if you will be considering it as a composite shape. Ayan. May questions pa yung iba?
Ayun.
Yes, Lawrence.
Mangyayari kasi doon.
Lawrence. Hindi ka masyado marinig. So, please type na lang yung gusto mong tanong.
Kasi baka ako'y makapagawa pa ng plan.
Type mo na lang.
Ay, wala naman.
So yan So ang question ni Miguel is if sadya daw bang for yung dx and dy ni shape 2. So ang sabi natin so si dx and dy ni shape 2 or ni shape is the distance of the centroidal axis dun sa axis na kinukuhanan natin ng moment of inertia. So if we look look at the figure, yung centroid ni shape 2 and shape 1 is at this point. So, ang sabi natin, dx and dy is the distance at the axis na need natin na kuhanin ng moment of inertia. So, as you can see, so, siguro nalito siya kasi kapag kinonsider natin yung 2 or pag kinonsider natin tong figure, so yung distance ng centroid ni small circle or small square, yung hole natin is also similar with the distance ng centroid ng bigger square sa x and y axis also. So if we look here, so ito yung x-axis or centroidal x-axis ni smaller circle, So yung distance niya from this is also 4 inch.
Wala na.
And then same dito, so pag sinukat mo siya dito, so this is also 4 inch. So siguro nalito siya that it could be half. But if you will be using half ng ating base and height ng small square, so hindi siya, wala siya dito sa ating x prime and y prime axis. So nakalutang pa rin siya. You need, dapat sagad yung distance measurement. So nagets ba yun?
Architect, tsaka electrical.
So yung iba, may questions pa yung iba?
Electrical,
So, wala nang questions. Ayan. So, meron tayong remaining problem
Ayun.
dito. Ano? So, it is similar with the, tawag dito. Ayan. So, similar siya with the
Ay, tawag dito.
example from
yung
the last
bayad sa
week.
property,
Ano?
kasi baka i-trade
So,
ko na siya next week.
Ano bang pinapahanap
Hindi
ko
ko nang
dito?
bahala kay Sir Orge. Hindi
So,
na sa E3.
here you will be determining the moment of inertia on the
Maliit
Y
ang
naught
ipot. E3, di ba?
and X naught axis. Ayan. So, lagay ko na lang
Okay.
dito. No?
Basta update kita
X
na
naught.
may tapos to
So,
ngayong weekend. Electrical lang gagawin ko. Okay, thank you.
X naught and Y naught. Ayan. So, ito yon Y naught and X naught. So, nakuha na natin last week yung radius of or moment of inertia. Ano? So, all you need to do is to get the polar moment of inertia on the X naught and Y naught axis. And then, so, ang need nyo is JZ naught. Ayan. And then, you have to get the KX naught and KY naught. Also, determine also yung ating KZ naught. Ayan. So, kumbaga dito yung Z naught natin. So, we've already get the value of X naught last week. So, kayo na yung bahalang mag-solve. Ayun, madali lang naman siya. Ano? So, try to solve this as a practice problem until siguro 1. Kanya na siguro. But, it would not be passed. Ayan. So, solve nyo lang as your own practice. And then, pwede nyo siyang i-include dun sa inyong final project. Ano, kunyari, for moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia and radius of gyration, you could use this problem. And then may nagtatanong sa akin, if yung problem for the final project is 30 problems lang daw ang hihingin. Ano? So, napakaunti naman ng 30. Ano? So, up until mid-finals, 30. So, 30 is for per topic siya. Ano? So, for example, for the second moment of area, so, included na dun yung si polar moment of inertia, and radius of gyration. So, you could get 30 problems for all the 3 of those topics. Kasi included siya sa isang topic, which is the second moment of area. So, and then, for example, next topic natin is structural analysis. So, on structural analysis, we will be having 2 subtopics. So, meron tayong methods of sections and methods of joints. So, ibig sabihin, using methods of joints and methods of sections, you must present 30 problems. That's it. Ano? And then, ang next topic natin is, ano ba yung cable and catenaries. Ano? So, meron tayong cables and arch. Ano? So, iisang topic yon. So, kumbaga yung analysis natin on those structures is we will be having similar approach. Meaning, using those 2 subtopics, you will be presenting 30. So, meaning, ang need nyo na ma-solve for these finals must be at least 90 problems. If you will be exceeding 90 problems, that is better. But if it is less than 90 problems, so I think you will be short for the final requirements. Ayan. So, the more you solve, mas marami kayong maintindihan and mas marami kayong possible may sagot sa finals. Don't focus on those problems na binibigay ko during class. Kasi, of course, I'll be giving you some easier problems. But on the finals, on the exam, of course, I am expecting you to study more. Hindi naman porket ganun lang ang tinuro ko, ganun lang ang exam ko. Ayan. So, expect harder problems, more difficult problems. Ayan. So, ayun, try to solve the remaining problem and then, ayun, so, I could dismiss you now if wala nang questions. Ayan. May questions pa ba kayo? Sige. So, if wala nang questions, so, pwede na mag-leave sa meeting.
Thank you po.
Nga pala, wait lang. Yung peace show nga pala. So, siguro announce ko na lang siya sa Google Chat. So, chat na lang ako sa Google Chat. Sige.